She said it was me. I said, God help us, wow, everyone is insane gracious, every one of my warrants. My wars are getting tidied up. I've been paying all expenses and disposing of conversing with specific individuals to help my oosh circumstance out in a stunning admission Kristen Rock popular for her. Wildlife uncovers she's rolling out an uncommon improvement for the good of her child. I'm beginning new, no thinking back she pronounces indicating a tempestuous past to 'cause you realize I have. My child, so the former me would have recently handed myself over, and that would it tossed in from inside to the beyond the prison. So yet what's behind this unexpected circle back? Well, support yourselves, people. It seems like the intensity is on Blueface as Rock drops a stunner faulting him for the disarray in her life. It's a chaotic undertaking with charges flying left and right. And on the off chance that that is insufficient, Stone promises there's no space for Blueface in her fresh start, however. Stand by, there's more. Stay tuned as we uncover the full scoop on this unfurling show. I'm a work on my little circumstances and stuff that is about it. Yet, as the residue chooses Christian Stone's frightening admission, it's obvious that her new statements originate from a firmly established anxiety toward potential, legitimate results approaching over her head. Rock, known for her red-hot persona, appears to be shockingly powerless as she tended to her lawful hardships in a new Instagram live meeting. Gracious my warrant, she joked in light of a fan's request, her tone bound with a discernible feeling of fear. My warrants are getting tidied up. I've been taking care of expenses and disposing of stuff. Converse with specific individuals to help what is going on out. The disclosure of Rock remarkable warrants reveals insight into the turbulent scenery against which her life unfurls, with convictions attached to inability to show a tax stamp on a control, perilous substance CDs, and conveyance of FCDs under lock and key with aim. Rock's legitimate traps portray a day-to-day existence wavering on the edge of disorder. I'm doing always imaginable to get that sorted out without attempting to spend time in jail, and it's turning out for me. So, but in the midst of the strife, one rational stands apart unmistakably, her child Christian Malone Jar. As Rock promises to get it together for her kid, one can't resist the urge to ponder the cost her past might correct on her future. Yet, right now I got to play mindful in light of the fact that you realize I am being in prison while my child is developing. Like, I simply don't anticipate that by any means. Yet Rock's inconveniences don't end with remarkable warrants. Late occasions have pushed her into the spotlight for every one of some unacceptable reasons. A claim recorded against her by a man named James Wright Chanel charges attack following a Tamar Braxton show in Los Angeles. Chanel, a reinforcement artist for Braxton, guaranteed he was left hospitalized with 2 broken teeth and cuts all over after a quarrel with Rock. The suit portrays savagery and foolishness, with Chanel's lawyer depicting the supposed attack as ruthless and unwarranted, so she was distraught that she didn't get to play out the occurrence which allegedly originated from Rock's dissatisfaction over not being permitted to perform at the show has sent shockwaves through the diversion world. Subtleties of the squabble have been dinky, with clashing records blurring the reality of the situation. Rock's companion present at the show fervently denied Chanel's claims during an Instagram live meeting, demanding that Rock's activities were legitimate. Why attempt to lie and say no one let you know she was going to perform? They tested. Why even advise her to pull up and get in front of an audience and all that? In the repercussions of the episode, Rock has eagerly denied any bad behavior, declaring her blamelessness despite mounting allegations. They saying you really want to make a lawful move prepared, yet here's the day. Okay, yet. No, listen, lying about legitimate activity. Why didn't press no roast except for the settles? It seems Rock's inconveniences are a long way from being done. 2 additional claims have arisen, each illustrating the rapper's supposed rough conduct. The main basis on a fight with virtual entertainment sensation Vicky, where Rock stands blamed for attack. As per court records got by No Jumper, the fight purportedly happened on a portentous Sunday in August, leaving Vicky nursing injuries and scales. She was retaliating. She didn't let her assault her. She said sorry. Exactly how could? In a YouTube video, Vicky related the occurrence, communicating her shock at Rock's indicated hostility. She didn't trust me, so she tossed something at me, Vicky unveiled, alluding to a break energized by online show. In spite of endeavors at compromise, it appears conciliatory sentiments failed to attract anyone's attention, growing into an actual showdown that stunned fans. and devotees. The same Stone's ex and prospective child daddy Blueface couldn't avoid holding up into the dramatization, taking to Twitter to air his complaints in a now erased tweet. He mourns he told her not to happen on that show, referring to an expected impetus for the conflict. I would rather not quarrel. I'm not over to battle you, brother. I don't need you saying no senseless. I'm not saying no senseless stuff yet. In the midst of the confusion, Zeus organization chief Lamel Handyman came to share Key's protection, energetically denying the attack occurred on the arrangement of Batty's East. Christian Stone has not gotten into an actual fight with anybody on set during the shooting of Batty's East. Handyman affirmed, excusing claims that further stained Shake's previously swollen standing, yet the sensation disclosures don't end in there. One more claim documented by BMF star Rama Monta blames Rock for a horrendous attack during the BET Grants after party. The authoritative reports got by the Impact detail a sickening experience that supposedly left Monica B sincerely and genuinely scarred, depicting the episode as ruthless and unlawful. Montaka B goes all in her allegations against Rock respondent Kristen Rock, deliberately, unshakably, and malevolently, without incitement and without the assent of offended party. Struck, went after, attacked, battered, tormented, and detained offended party. Promotion in all actuality do charge portraying Rock's supposed activities, yet the claim doesn't stop at Rocket drags Zeus organization into the fray, considering them responsible for their relationship with the beset. Rapper Montauk Kabi's legitimate group states that Zeus organization neglected to enough direct Stone, permitting her supposed brutal propensities to twisting crazy. The ramifications are grave, recommending a foundational inability to guarantee the well-being and prosperity of people inside media outlets as Montauk looks for equity and restitutions for the mischief caused. The claim highlights the significant effect of Rock's supposed activities on her life, both by and expertly, as the fight in court poses a potential threat. Rock winds up wrestling with the genuine chance of a jail sentence with a capture warrant supposedly gave against her. The ghost of detainment creates a long, shaded area over her future. The weightiness of her circumstance isn't lost on her as she goes up against the overwhelming possibility of being isolated from her child for a lengthy period. Yet in the midst of the legitimate disturbance, Kristen Rock faces one more tempest of discussion in regards to her nurturing abilities. Fans, long reproachful of her choices, have re-emerged allegations that she might have oppressed her child. Christian Malone J. To quick, these claims get momentum after screen captures from a new Instagram live meeting turned into a web sensation for certain clients, estimating on the kid's appearance and well-being. Look, I can't discuss him. WR1 Twitter client lighted a firestorm by analyzing Chris and J.J. Dab's actual elements and proposing they lined up with qualities generally connected with V, notwithstanding passionate disavowals from Rock in an ensuing Instagram live meeting where she furiously safeguarded her kids' well-being. The allegations keep on flowing via virtual entertainment. My child is sound, Stone affirmed. They would have told me on the off chance that he had side effects. At this point, the tenacious investigation continues, filled by continuous hypothesis and Blueface's cases in regards to Shake's way of behaving during pregnancy. The dramatization raises as Blueface enters the fray, blaming Rock for disregarding their child's well-being and faulting her supposed smoking and drinking propensities for the kids' clinical issues. In a progression of fiery tweets, Blueface broadcasted his complaints in any event, sharing realistic pictures of their child's genitalia, purportedly impacted by a hernia. Regardless of the public display, Rock stays unflinching with all due respect, excusing Blueface's cases and affirming her obligation to her child's prosperity. Yet the internet-based talk seethes on with allies and naysayers. The same cooked and warmed banters over the real essence of Kristen Jurdo's well-being and the conditions encompassing his condition. Being a single parent is one thing, like you get overpowered, thus much be like happening for truly in your mind. Now everything begins to check out why Christian is resolved about beginning without any preparation given the mounting allegations and lawful difficulties, yet dedicate apparently sees her new existence without Blueface. Her choice to limit any association with Blueface appears to be coherent, as well as basic for her own prosperity and that of her child. Rock has been vocal about the effect of Blueface's supposed conduct on her life, And with the disclosure of his detainment, the bits of the riddle get sorted out. Just thing that is poor is need to brought forth my child, yet I disdain his dad. That is what it is. The insight about Blueface's imprisonment comes as a shock to numerous, yet it appears to line up with the wild idea of his life. As of late, sources uncover that the rapper's legitimate burdens come from a probation infringement connected with an attack charge tracing all the way back to 2021, notwithstanding his underlying casualness outside the town hall. Plainly, the circumstance is definitely more serious than he let on. Who let you know I was coming here? Whack that courtroom. Reports demonstrate that Blueface will stay in the slammer until July 2nd, 2024, forthcoming any progressions to his release.